Good afternoon, friends and family. Today's daily devotion comes from the garage of the church. As you can see here, Bob Snyder over here is going to wave to you and say hi. Matt. And we're in the process of building our raised bed gardens. And as I've been promising you and telling you guys, that God is still currently at work, even though we may not be, God definitely is. And right now, we have finished 2 of the raised bed gardens. Of finishing the 3rd one, and getting it all figured out for us. But today's devotion comes from Luke's Gospel, and it's the parable about the leaving the 99 to go find the one. And the interesting thing about that story is that, to me, that parable, it's always changing. It's not one of those parables that when you read it the first time and it just makes sense and then it means the same thing every time. It's one of those parables that is constantly always changing. So, sorry about that. So the parable talks about the leaving of the 99 to going after to find the one sheep that's lost. And the beautiful thing is as I just showed you, all our raised bed gardens we're building for the food pantry, so that way, they get their other food that they normally get, but now they're going to be able to get some fresh produce. And when I sit there and I think about that, and I think about this parable and how this parable is always constantly meaning something different, and there's just something else we can always take from it, that these people are hungry. And I think about that lost sheep and how hungry it was, and how that sheep was lost, didn't know where it was going. Life had to be spiraling out of control. And the sheep comes back and is rejoicing with its owner and the shepherd. And I'm sure at that point that it ate. And it probably ate and it ate and it drank and it drank and it ate and it ate. Because it was finally back where it was supposed to be. My hope and prayer is that with this new ministry that we're starting with these raised bed gardens, is that not only are people fed, but the parts of their lives that are spiraling out of control, spiral back into control, and they start understanding that there is somebody caring about them, there is somebody watching over them, there is somebody loving them, and maybe it's just a cucumber, a tomato, a pepper, or something, but it reminds them of that God is in control, that their life isn't spiraling out of control, they're where God has them at this time. And maybe it's just this pepper or that tomato or that cucumber that reminds them of what life truly is and that God is truly working in their life. Family, like I've shared with you before and in the beginning, God is still working. God is still existing in our midst, still pouring out its mercy, still pouring out its grace and its kindness. And God still loves us and cares for us. Blessings to you all.